You can't go wrong starting with Mother Teresa. The world is full of good people. If you can't find one, be one. This is a real MLS photo. Thank you, Andrew. This is a real MLS photo. Thank you, Andrew. This is a real MLS photo. And I had forgotten about some of my rules. So remember this when you're talking to a seller. Any shelf, any coffee table, on the fireplace mantle. One thing, maybe two. Today's presentation is Mary being the client whisperer. So we've titled this, Unglued and Paralyzed.
This particular story is about a friend of mine. I know very well that I was looking at the website for the auctions that I do auctions for. There's two companies that I do auctions for. And there was her address being foreclosed on in 2 weeks. I know she's a dedicated mother. She financially and emotionally has taken care of these kids for years. When we sat down, I had discovered that she had about $250,000 in equity. I also discovered that she had no debt at all. Her only debt was she stopped paying her mortgage. She was so busy paying her kids' student loans to get them through college, and she had no other debt. So in that 2 weeks, I connected her immediately with my fabulous attorney, Lou Izzy. But in the meantime, let's treat this like we're gonna get it postponed. Let's get this ready for market. We had a cleaning crew come in and tried its best to get rid of any smoke smell and everything I would normally do for any sale. I probably would have gone another notch if this was a situation that I had time. The day before the foreclosure was supposed to happen, I received a call from attorney Lou Izzy telling me that they would not postpone it. So I said, we have one more opportunity to save this, and I need you to listen to me. I'm gonna write down what I need you to do. I need you to go to the registry. I need you to not walk out of there until you have an emergency bankruptcy. I needed time. And an emergency bankruptcy will stop it. So, next morning, I get a call from the auction house, from the people that I know, saying it's canceled, which is music to my ears. And canceled means I know it's gonna come back because she's not gonna get a bankruptcy. But you have to redo everything. You have to get a new file. You have to advertise 3 more times. I have a good 3 months to now sell this for her. We have 14 offers.
This house that had 3 dumpsters full of stuff looks pretty good. Clean, neat, completely decluttered. Bathroom looks good till you know what's really going on.
But we disclosed. So we received 14 offers and she got $110,000 over asking.
So Bijou, come up and share all your good stuff.
I'm a certified negotiation expert. It's a designation that you can get. I highly recommend it. Our clients hire us not just to know the process of real estate, but to negotiate on their behalf. Do you do your research? Do you use your tone of voice and language selection based on their personality types? We need to create an equation. That's basically what negotiating is. We're creating equations. I'll give you this if you give me that. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. The more trust that we can build, the more we can do. The more trust there is between parties, the more complex of options that we have for doing agreements with them. This is a technique that I use in negotiating, which I refer to closing the gap for $100,000 apart. That's what I refer to. We have $100,000 to make up. We put in a counter offer to the seller comes back a little bit, I'll go back to my buyer and say, great, now we're only $80,000 apart. Okay. Start talking about what they can do from their side to bring it up, go back to the other agent, and I say, you know, my buyers come up. We're now only $40,000 apart. So we're closing the gap. Let's keep closing the gap. There's something about that, being in the same room with them, that you're beings together. Postures, people can sit back and cross their arms, body language, all of these things are information, gestures. Anxiety short circuits the decision-making process, and in the absence of information, anxiety goes up. Reduce anxiety before fixing the problem. Reduce your own anxiety first. Let the other person be the one to help solve the problem and come up with a solution. How can we close this gap? We're all done.